Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up and welcome back. You came back. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm proud of you for coming back. I'm proud of me for coming back after we did that last episode on Friday with the law of karma and I had to read for 3 days. I'm surprised that we all came back. So I am glad to see you here. How was your weekend? Wow. I totally maybe hit a new personal low, but then I bounced back and hit a new personal high. And I had all these amazing realizations, confirmations, synchronicities, and just okay, now I get where I'm actually at, right? Because sometimes we need to see things straight up in our face just so we know where to gauge ourselves. And it's definitely keeping my path clear of rubbish, but it's going to take a little effort on my part. So anyways, without getting into it too much yet, holy moly, I'm happy to be starting fresh. Not really that fresh. Oh, I'm lying to you. I'm happy to be starting on a somewhat cleaner page this Monday morning. So yeah, not completely clean because things are getting stirred up in my life, but guess what? Stagnancy is unacceptable and settling is unacceptable, and hanging out with meth heads is unacceptable. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting weekend for sure. And I'm glad today that we are going to do number 47, the law of knowledge. Because yeah, I don't know what it's about. I didn't pre-read, but when I think about knowledge, I think of a couple things. And once you gain knowledge, you can't really ungain it, can you? It's not comfortable to lower your standards. It's not comfortable to be stupider than you already stupid. You know what I mean? So knowledge is a wonderful thing. It leads to wisdom, right? It leads to life experience and inner knowingness. And, from a nerdy aspect, I love knowing about things. I love knowledge. I love all that. And then from a spiritual place, personally within me, when I was 18, I learned the techniques of knowledge from, a spiritual teacher called Prem Rawat. And and we called him Raji, but he taught us a meditation technique to go within and experience what he referred to as knowledge. So yeah, for my whole life, I've been practicing knowledge on many levels. And going within and connecting with that energy is just really what life is all about. And, even my Course in Miracles lesson today, I think I'm on lesson 262 or something amazing like that. I think, unless it's 232, but whatever. I'm over 200 lessons now, and I'm impressed with myself, with my commitment, and just how one foot in front of the other, day by day by day, really does lead you into the hundreds. It's wow, imagine if I had been doing squats imagine if I did squats with my Course in Miracles, my booty would be amazing right now. I should just think about that. Do your Course in Miracles and do 10 butt squats and watch your 41-year-old ass get lifted up to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Just food for thought, for the physical realm. Did I just get stupider than I already stupid? Yeah, I think so. But knowledge is something that we can gain on so many levels, And isn't it just so nice to know? Like in our dramatic little pathetic ego lives, isn't that like sometimes the thing that we desire the most? Like, I would just like to know for sure. Like, am I supposed to do this or am I supposed to do that? Or is this person right for me or not? Like, you just want to know for sure. And the universe is like, okay, well, I can totally show you for sure that this person is not who you think he is, or that she is a perfect person for you. Or, hey, universe is like, since you opened up to me, let me introduce you to somebody that you didn't think that would be in your life. And bam, it just all works out perfectly. So the universe definitely has a great knowledge unto itself. But I have no idea what this very rather short, tomorrow's even shorter looking ahead, but this law, we're doing the universal laws. If by some chance you've just stumbled in here and are thinking, what the heck is going on? We have been reading one universal law every day. Today we're on 47, the law of knowledge. There's 105. So we're just going to keep on trucking because we know that one little chip at the wall each day is going to bring down that whole mother trucking wall eventually. But you just got to keep at it. That's your spiritual journey. That's your journey in anything, whether it's spiritual, physical, exercise, I wanted to say sexual. Yeah, just have one orgasm every day, and by the end of the year, you've racked them up. Even if it's just educational, like say, okay, so I'm an herbalist. You probably love herbs too if you're here. Like if you just read a little bit of your herb book every day, you will gain so much knowledge by the end of the month even. It's just making a little bit of time. You don't have to, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to make huge gains in the realm of knowledge. But anyways, let's see what this page says, and we'll see if I'm even on the right track whatsoever. So number 47, the law of knowledge. This law concerns the fact that all knowledge concerns energy, its application, and its use or misuse. Such information is withheld from a person until she or he is a disciple, and still more until he is a pledged initiate. Information is not as necessary to the training of the disciple or initiate as is the proper use of thought energy. And then in parentheses it says, i.e., full mindfulness. Knowledge is the right apprehension of the laws of energy, of the conservation of force, of the sources of energy, of its qualities, its types, and its vibrations. And that is the law of knowledge. Okay, so the law is basically just saying that all knowledge concerns energy, right? But we're not going to gain a lot of insight and expanded awareness and information and knowledge until we're in the right energetic mindset place first, right? So you don't want to give like the power of the universe to some nincompoop, right? Right? They're going to blow up the entire universe. So like you have to, it didn't say like pure heart, but that to me, I feel that like we should be of pure heart and pure mind, and then we will gain more knowledge on different levels and more understanding. So first we have to become a disciple to this, learn the laws of the universe, understand ourselves, understand thought energy. So you go from like disciple to a pledged initiate. And FYI, from my own personal experience, the initiation process is not always easy. Like you will be challenged and tested and see if you actually are ready for this, if you can handle it. And that's with all things, like, can you handle it? It's not so much like, are you worthy? But yeah, it kind of is. Like, are you available or are you capable of keeping pure thought, of clearing your mind, of seeing things from a higher perspective, of having discernment, of having unattachedness or detached, right? Having no judgment, being able to do your forgiveness practice. Like for me, that has been a huge part of my path. Like really stepping back away from this world enough to see the world from a broader perspective. So things like that, I would say, are part of the training of the disciple or initiate, but it all boils down to the proper use of thought energy. You have to clarify your mind. You have to train your mind, and you have to know how to use thought energy properly. And that is a challenge of all challenge, because even this weekend, like stupid ass repetitive thoughts invaded my mind, and I'm getting them out. Like it's like trying to sweep out leaves from the entryway, but the wind keeps on blowing some of them back in. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to sweep out these thoughts they don't need to be in there anymore. But every time I open up the door, a few of them like blow back to the other side of the room. So it's kind of like that when you're trying to get rid of any type of repetitive thinking. But eventually, as you keep, doing your work, they do settle down and they get out. And but yeah, the ego can be one obsessive mother trucker, especially if it feels rejected or threatened in any way, or it gets a hold of something. If the ego mind gets a hold of something, it really can devour it, hold tight to it, and run it around your mental space in circles. So this proper use of thought energy definitely ties in with clarifying our mind and getting our ego mind in check and under control, and somehow figuring out a way for our ego mind to be in service to the higher mind and the heart space. But I'm just throwing that all in there. The last sentence said, knowledge is the right apprehension of the laws of the energy, of the laws of energy, of the conservation of force, of the sources of energy, of its qualities, its types, and its vibrations. So literally, like when you think to yourself, oh my God, it's all energy. Yeah, it actually truly is all energy. It comes down to energy, everything. So if you're just taking like even just a little bit of time with me, Monday through Friday, just thinking about the laws of the universe and how, this stuff works in our mind, I think that's progress. And then, do your own personal work to continue on that progress. But yeah, understanding energy in all of its forms, as much as you can handle, will only benefit your life. It will only benefit our world, our reality. Having more people that are awake to this, that are utilizing it, and putting their thought energy to good use. So when we are just thinking about stupid shit, sorry for my language, but it is stupid shit. It is a complete and utter misuse of our creative energy and power. We are just off track in that moment. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay if you all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm off track. It's good. Be so glad that you noticed. Be like, I'm off track, and I'm so thankful that I am aware of it. So I'm going to get back on track. Now I'm in the driver's seat again. I kind of jumped in the back seat and got really distracted and fell asleep. But now I'm in the driver's seat. Now I got two hands on the wheel, and I am in charge of my own thought energy from this point on. All right, so I got my dandelion tea. I'm down to like only a few tea bags left of it, but that's okay. It's almost time to go find them in my yard and dig them up and be appreciative of the tea bags, because it's quite a bit of work digging up dandelion roots and all that. So I am definitely trying to focus forward on my herbal projects and keep my mind preoccupied with good things for me, not distractions, not trying to find a lover every day of the week. You know what I mean? Like I've just been so distracted. And I feel like my distraction culminated to the point of me being like, I hate this now. Which sometimes it has to. It has to get to that point. The bucket has to get so full that it tips over. You know what I mean? Like the scale had to tip. But I'm actually taking a baseball bat and just like smashing the whole setup at this point. Like I'm smashing the scale, I'm smashing the bucket. Like enough already. Like I want to be focused on my projects. I want to be focused on the things that truly bring me joy. I want to be focused on God source energy. Truly connecting with that is the only thing that matters, really. But while we're here in this ego's playground of separation called Earth, I mean, I like to have some really good feeling projects to just, pass the time away. So yeah, I love oracle cards. I love herbs. And I love communicating with people. So I guess like that's what I probably need to focus on more so. And just send love, light, and healing to all these men. I was going to say people, but girls, you don't need to feel bad. It's the guys. It's the men that are being like drawn to me because of my own misuse of thought energy. So it's not even their fault. But because I have taken so much time to feel needy or wanting or desirous of the flesh, desirous of the fleshish, that I have attracted some really interesting characters. And it's time to purify my mind so that my life can be purified too. But it's not all bad. I have been doing good thoughts because I am getting rewarded on a lot of levels too. I'm not only, I just see the mix of things that I'm attracting. So that means I need to get in there and pull out the weeds and, get my thoughts back on track and my energy more purified. But believe me, I am seeing the rewards. I am reaping the good seeds that I have sown, just meeting incredible people. Like I'll condense the story, but I had this urge and I was, maybe going at it from a place where I wasn't quite sure like why, but I wanted to go hike in this one forest space. It's like a little more of a little woodsy space. And I met an amazing human being in that woods. And he was a man, but he was a gay man. So, yes, thank you, universe. Please send me more gay men to be in my life. Like I need their energy right now. But anyways, it was just so confirming that the universe put two people in the same spot at the same time who had a lot in common, right? Like we're both good communicators. We both were there to take pictures of things. We did have a conversation long enough for me to find out that he knew about and just started reading the Course in Miracles, which totally blew my mind because I had been sort of asking the universe, like, wouldn't it be nice for you to show me a real person who has read this book or studied this book? Anyways, John Schlimm, he was so interesting and exciting and confirmationing. That's not really a word, but he was incredible to run into. And if you look him up, he's actually a really well-known author and writer. So it was just like the universe was kind of saying, Sadie Marie, you need to raise your bar, your standards of people that you have in your life, right? Like you sometimes just allow everyone in, but we just want to give you an example of a human being that really is like next level wonderful. And, if you could just get your energy into alignment, you could have more of this. So I don't know, there's so much more to the story, but it was just a beautiful time in the woods and being around trees and dappling sunlight and mushrooms and ferns purified my energy field incredibly. And this place is so accessible that I will be back there anytime I'm in that town, I'm just gonna make it a point like, oh, I'm in Brookville, let's go to Scripture Rocks and just walk in the woods for a minute. All right, so let's pull some cards, shall we? I have 2 decks out with me this morning, and they're both trees. We have the Soul Trees, and we have the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. So we have the Soul Trees Oracle cards first, and these ones, they're like watercolor trees. They were created by Allison Williams Yee, and yeah, there's 80 vibrant trees, and they each have a word on them, and I like to use them to give me some insight, like of where I'm at, what's maybe on my plate for the week, or just what's on my plate like right now, what kind of energy themes, because like, don't you ever like start to notice the themes in your life? Like maybe right now you're having a theme of insecurity or jealousy, or maybe right now you're having a theme in your life of creative co-creating bliss or something. Like you can have all types of themes that kind of thread and run through your life, and some of them play out, some of them, we have to mend. And so it's always just interesting for me to think about like what theme is going on. Like maybe trust is a theme, you know what I mean? Like you can have all different types of themes. Loving yourself, right? Like, and then the universe just gives you one experience after the other as another opportunity to love yourself and to trust and have your faith. And you smell what I'm stepping in. All right, so I put out the 4 archangel sigils that live in this box. So I just put them in there, and like they just are always in there, but I take them out, to play with. I'm playing with my stones right now. What is she doing? She's rearranging her stones. So I have them 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've left a space on top of them to put 4 of these cards. Then underneath these archangel sigils, we're gonna pull whatever we're called to. We don't have to be all linear and boxy today with our layout. Like we might even want to trickle down with the Wisdom of the Trees oracles. But I think definitely 4, maybe just 3 of these soul trees, but no more than that, universe. No more than that. So let me get my energy into them. They're all so beautiful. Like sometimes I just, with all my decks, especially this one, like to just look at each card because it's artwork, you guys. That's what I love about oracle cards. It's so visual and satisfies my want for more beautiful art in my life. Okay, so let's just see. There's one. There's our first one. Should we look at it right away? Yeah, let's do it. It's prosperity. Ah, shit. All right, so prosperity. See, I still definitely have the theme of prosperity, not making any money. I get it. I definitely am very aware of my abundance blocks. But what the universe wants to really drive home for me, apparently, is that money is not necessarily abundance, and it's not necessarily prosperity either. Like you can totally have prosperity in your life without it, although side note, it certainly does make it all easier, right? So we have a theme of prosperity coming in. This is an awesome tree. She's hot pink. She reminds me of this hot pink poncho that I've actually been thinking about wearing because my mama friend gave us a bag of clothes that her daughter grew out of. So I had my girls look through it, and then I looked through it, and actually I made out more than anybody. So apparently I can wear Junior's 14 and 16 size pants. I'm such a little squirt. But anyways, the one I look so good in, and I was like, oh my God, like I just found the pair of pants to wear with my hot pink poncho. So if I want to look young one day, I will do that. I'm walking this fine line of like still loving my young clothes, but yet every once in a while I just want to look like a business, somebody on Wall Street. Like, who are you? And then other times, like, I have my mom gear on so hard, I can almost not handle it myself. Like, sometimes it just gets too frumpy mom for me in the wardrobe, and I might need to go in and get rid of some things because I have to respect myself. All right, so prosperity. But yeah, she's hot pink on the bottom. Oh my God, that is so funny. She's hot pink on the bottom. Okay, there's our second card. And then I'm going to do top card for third and bottom card for the fourth one, which I see right now, it's possibilities, but it's reversed. All right, but I want to talk about prosperity because it goes up into our branches into like a camel, yellow camel khaki color. So it really is exactly what I was just saying, like balancing my hot, sexy clothes, young clothes, with my beige mom clothes. It's really funny that this tree looks just like that. Okay, so we're starting with prosperity, and we have two cards in the middle that are face down right now. So we'll get to those. But I looked at the bottom kind of like to see if I wanted to put it up there, like, is this card feeling relevant? And then I'm like, well, once you look, it is relevant. So now we have an upside down, beautiful electric blue tree. And there's a green sea glass teal kind of color in the background at the top, well, which is actually the bottom, but it's upside down. And it's about possibilities. And when the trees are upside down like that, they just always look like roots and veins and capillaries to me. They really do, especially this one because it's blue. But yeah, possibilities coming in. It's upside down, which to me says, yeah, like sometimes we become so aware of all the possibilities or options or choices. Like we become just sort of like a deer in headlights type of feeling. Like we're just not even sure if we should run left, run right, or just stand right here and get plowed over, you know? But it's like, okay, we got to shake that off because possibilities should feel fun and exciting and adventurous and open and expansive to us. Like we should love it. We should love having so many different possibilities because we could have more possibilities of prosperity and abundance coming in, right? So kind of feel like there's a message like, let's quit pinching ourselves off with our thoughts, you know, like let's let some good energy flow and just see what the universe has in store, what the universe could conspire for you. Your guides are working with you. Your higher self knows a really beautiful path for you, a really beautiful, prosperous path for you. So it's kind of like, let's try to get these possibilities to flow more. And even though it's upside down, it looks like it's flowing. Like actually, it seems more flowy reversed than it would if it was right side up. So isn't that the power of our mind too? Like, oh, I'm going to see this as amazing. Like it really actually does. Now it seems like water when it's reversed. And it seems like there is the gravitational pull downward now that so many possibilities could flow out. Just open the valve for the love of God. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what our other two trees are. We have another reverse tree. It's like a hot pink magenta purple, and it is emerging. So emerging, we ourselves are emerging, but I love that it is reversed too, because it just sort of maybe helps it flow better. It really does. But yeah, we ended last week, Friday, with like a lot of messages for us to be ourselves. Remember that? So long ago. Remember 3 days ago? Yeah, a lot can change in 3 days. Yeah, a lot can change in 3 days. Like one day, some guy could be messaging you about herbs and plants, and 3 days later, he can be completely overstepping his boundaries and talking dirty to you. I'm just saying, like a lot can happen in 3 days. All right. Yeah, you don't even want to know the things that have been going on. All right, so emerging, and then unique gifts. So it really does. And this, we are tying in. We are tying in last week with this week, because last week it was like you have gifts to share. And actually I did a live stream on my YouTube channel this weekend at Sadie Marie Cherico, if you want to look me up. And yeah, it was talking about our unique gifts as well. Paul the Venetian, I pulled the Paul the Venetian card, and the Shekinah, I pulled the Shekinah card, and they were both saying that you have gifts to share and you need to share them with grace. And it's really of no service to the universe, life, God, whatever you want to say. It's of no service to be stingy and hold back with your gifts. It's of no service to yourself not to share your wonderful gifts and your wonderful love and your light and your creativity and your passions. So what's really cool about looking at these 4 cards right now is the 2 on the left are hot pink magenta theme. The 2 on the right are electric blue, light blue, and green. So we have these left and right, this balanced energy, right? Maybe we could look at it as masculine and feminine. So yeah, we always are being reminded to balance our masculine and feminine aspects within us. We all contain both masculine and feminine energy. We're not talking gender at all here. We're just talking energy, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So once we come together within ourselves in a balanced state, we've integrated them and balanced them. And like if you had too much masculine energy, you might be too much of an assertive jerk without compassion. And if you had too much divine feminine energy, like an imbalance of it, you might just be like crying all the time for the state of the world and not be able to make a decision to save your life. Okay, so there's like definitely like things that say like, oh, I'm not quite in balance here. But when we are in balance, there's like this perfect mix of compassion and confidence and assertiveness with, heart-centered truth when you come together and integrate your energies. So that is what I am seeing when I just look at the colors and at these trees. But the theme is prosperity emerging, using our unique gifts and allowing all the possibilities to flow. Yeah, inviting prosperity to emerge in our life as we emerge with our special talents and as my throat chakra completely shuts down, and just allowing ourselves to be ourselves and follow our dreams and our passions and our projects, while we just let the possibilities flow. Woo! Yeehaw, little doggy. That sounds good to me. That sounds like real good to me. Of course, there is a part of my mind that says, all right, so what's screwing it up? Like, why can't I just do that? Why can't I just be that? But we are. It's a process. We are going to be that. We are going to do that. Yeah, there are maybe little things that we can tweak here, be aware of there. And, but yeah, the whole point of it is, it's like, if we could just learn to go with the flow a little bit more, keep going with the flow, good things are going to roll in and sprout and emerge and develop and really like legit just fall into your lap. So just keep on lining up with your uniqueness, your gifts that you like sometimes you just like things that you can't really explain why you love them. But if it's part of your passion, then do it. Don't even worry about what anyone else thinks about it, or, ego's like, this isn't wasting your time. No, it's not. Like, if it makes your heart happy, it is an amazingly good use of your time. So now we're going to shuffle up the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. And yeah, like, we are open to suggestions. These trees will give us some really great, maybe little affirmations or insight from the tree devas, and just see what it has to say about prosperity and us emerging into our true self, our unique self, and allowing that prosperity to flow. All the possibilities. And how? With our unique gifts. Okay, so I think these cards are bigger than I thought. So maybe what we'll do... Okay, I'm only going to pull 2. You guys, I'm changing up the plans. I'm seeing a possibility here that I didn't. I think what I'm going to do is just do 2 cards. All right, so here we go. 2 cards. We've got a reversed apple tree. That's funny, coming in under prosperity and emerging. Reversed apple. And then we have the white mulberry, which has a yin yang or yin yang, however you like to say it. I'm yin yang. I'm Western Pennsylvania, yin yang. But white mulberry coming in. As we're talking about balance, right? We have the black and white yin yang that's like ultimately balanced, I'd say. And that's with the white mulberry. So we have apple and white mulberry. Which is awesome because you can eat off of both of these trees, right? Nothing like fresh fruit and food to make you feel prosperous, right? Like, because as soon as you don't have enough food, trust me, because I struggle with this every week, you instantly are in lack mentality. You're like, abundance my ass, you know? and then there you go. You just completely pinch yourself off from a lot of good things coming into your life. And it's almost apple season here. Our apple trees around here are not loaded like they have been in previous years. So we'll see. But just as like a side note, like I did take my daughter to the doctor's office for her lip swelling that she's been having. And the doctor thinks it's actually, she's getting irritated from acidic foods like tomatoes and apples and fruit and lemons and things like that. So right now, it's like even if we had a bunch of apples, she wouldn't be eating them, you know. But anyways, her face is looking better, but yeah, she had to be prescribed a steroid and some Claritin. So we're taking the steroid first, which breaks my heart, but to watch her lips chill the F out, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, fine, 5 days of it, we'll do it, just to get her back on track. But isn't that like what the hell? Like, is she always gonna have to avoid tomatoes and lemons and apples and strawberries? Like, I don't know. Apparently some people are just really, really sensitive to it. And I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But anyways, apple and white mulberry. Yeah, as far as prosperity for me, that would be amazing because I love to eat fruit. And but we'll see if it has anything to say about possibilities or unique gifts, or just us emerging into our true selves and allowing possibilities to flow. So let's look at the apple tree. It's all about generosity, but of course we're getting it reversed. So it's like that makes me think of our unique gifts. Like, are you being generous with your talents? Are you sharing your smiles, your love, and your light, and your creations, and your inspiration, and your energy? Or are you being stingy? So Apple is all about generosity. And the Apple Deva says, I grow in orchards and gardens across the world. I bear delicious fruit, and my spring blossom cheers you. On hot days, my leafy branches cool you if you sit beneath them. I share my bounty with you. And that is true for sure. So the apple is reversed though, or this always calls them inverse. It's upside down. And it says to us, life is not always easy, but do not let fleeting problems rob it of meaning and importance. So don't let the little fleeting problems take away the meaningfulness and importance of your life. Do not hold on to anger or resentment, because they will eat into your soul. Greet each day with a loving heart and an opened mind. So yeah, greet each day with a loving heart, an open mind. Do not hold on to anger or resentment. I don't care what he said or what he did. You have to let it go, because they will eat that energy, that negative energy will eat into your soul. It will rob the meaning and importance of your sacred life, of your spiritual life. So let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You just have to. I forgive everyone for everything. Actually, that's what I was talking to John Schlimm about. He was saying, I asked him, like, what's his secret, like, or what, like, is the biggest thing with his spiritual journey. And he said that he had started sending love and forgiveness out to everyone, like all of humanity. And I was like, that's perfect. That's what we all need to do. And before we can do that on a global scale, just start doing it in your own life. I forgive everyone for everything. Let it go. And feel yourself freed up. Feel yourself emerge out of that negative energy that can just consume you, eat at your soul, and hijack your mind. You know, then you'll be listening to angry songs on your Spotify. You're gonna be psychotic if you let that anger and resentment stay within you. It's not gonna be good. It is not gonna be good. So Apple's advice to us is to bless others. Bless them. Bless others with a full and open heart. Not only when you feel affectionate towards them, but also when they annoy you. So think of the people that annoyed you this weekend. If there are any, I'm not saying there have to be, but if there were any people that annoyed you, send them love and light now. Say to them, I wish you well. I wish you well. And envision light pouring out of your heart space like a lighthouse and just blasting their ass with it. Like, really. Really, I wish you well. I wish you well. I send you light. If you can't spit out the love word, if you can't say I send you love because your mind is being a stubborn bugger, then bypass your mind and say I send you light, because the ego hasn't really figured that out yet. That love and light are the same thing. So Apple also suggests to us to let your actions reveal your sense of generosity, whether it is material, spiritual, or emotional. So let your actions reveal your sense of generosity. Like, 'tis the season to be giving. And by the season, I mean every damn day. So it doesn't have to be material, because eventually you're going to run out of stuff to give away. You can give on a spiritual level. You can give on an emotional level. You can just give by offering up your presence, just being there sometimes. So see what you can do. All right, now we have white mulberry, which is all about harmony. So we have generosity and harmony coming in under the soul trees of prosperity, emergence or emerging unique gifts and possibilities. So as we have all these possibilities flowing, as we have all these unique gifts emerging, all this energy, we want to still maintain a sense of harmony. We don't want to get caught up in the flow of energy, right? We don't want to be swept away, even in a good way. We really do want to maintain our inner balance and our harmony. So the white mulberry deva says to us, I will send you spiritual and emotional nourishment. I will send you spiritual and emotional nourishment. This will guide you into creating a stronger and more harmonious connection with others and enrich your understanding of their motives as well as your own. So yeah, it's like, take in this spiritual and emotional nourishment. And yeah, it's going to create more harmony. Of course, it's going to also tweak your intuition and your discernment, so you know exactly what's going on. You'll know the right choices to make. You'll know what things to line up with. And you'll know when to release certain beings in a loving, beautiful, compassionate way, but release them nonetheless. So Mulberry says the advice or suggestion is find the connections between you and the people and animals with whom you share your life. Do your best to create harmony with them and to empathize with them, even when their behavior perplexes you. Like, believe me, we may come across a few annoying people this week, and it's like, you don't even, they must be an idiot, right? Like, that's what your ego says. This person must be an idiot to behave in this manner. But nonetheless, you, as the law of knowledge has suggested to us, you have got to the point where you understand thought energy, and you're now a disciple and initiate to the laws of the universe. So basically, you know better. And what you're going to do now is empathize with them and find the connection, right? Kind of understand why they're in your life right now, demonstrating this energy to you. It's like, okay, I have something to learn here, don't I? I have something to realize or see, and I'm gonna understand the connection here. And then, yeah, I am gonna send them love and light and compassion and wish them well, truly. So yeah, I mean, White Mulberry says, yeah, like if you've been becoming too dependent on someone or something, yeah, you probably need to separate yourself from them or it. So yeah, if you have gotten obsessed a little bit about someone in a negative way, it is time to step back. So goals, hashtag life goals. Try to interact with others without relying on them completely. Becoming more self-sufficient will help. So yeah, like this is definitely a time for us to connect with ourselves. I mean, not that you need to become a hermit, but we need to be self-sufficient, sovereign beings that are not depending on other people for our happiness, our source of love. Our source of love and our happiness needs to come from within us. So just a little reminder, a little message to detach and, come back into yourself and find that balance. Find that balance within so that you truly do have good energy to offer other people. You really will then. You will be plentiful like the apple tree. You will be prosperous. Once you can share your stuff and your energy and your love and your light and your all of that stuff, then you truly are rich and prosperous. Like you don't have it until you can give it away. Until you have enough to share, you're not really doing that great. So that's just energetic speaking, but you can apply that to anything. So I love these messages coming in. Thank you, trees. I think what I want to do, I know I just said like only trees, but we just have like enough space at the bottom where I could pull one of these little flower whispers just as a quote for the day, just to kind of see, just a little quote. Like I'll just do one. Let's see, let's get us one little card here, a little quote for the day. We're letting a flower get in here. But these trees, being fruit trees, have flowerful blossoms. Flowerful. All right, so here we go. Here is a beautiful little quote. Let me read it. It says, "Let us be grateful to those who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." So yeah, even though White Mulberry was like, let's not be so dependent on others. Last week, we were talking about how appreciation can release attachment, right? So yeah, like you can still appreciate everyone for everything. As you forgive everyone for everything, go ahead and feel gratitude for everyone and everything, and just be grateful to all the people in your life, especially the people that are beautiful and kind and make you happy, of course. But like the trees are telling us, let's just be grateful for everyone. But yeah, shout out especially to those beautiful, beautiful souls who just do bring such light to the world. You are the charming gardeners, and we appreciate you for helping make our souls blossom. So on that note, wow, have an amazing Monday, amazing week. And treat everyone with kindness and compassion and respect and gratitude for the role that they do play in your life. Open yourself up for those possibilities to flow. Let your unique gifts emerge into your life and see prosperity from a new perspective than you ever did before. Thank you to Apple Tree and White Mulberry Tree to remind us to share our abundance, give freely while remaining harmonious with everyone that we interact with, and especially harmonious energy within ourselves. Definitely still seeing the balanced energy of the divine feminine and the divine masculine with everything we do. So bottom line, as always, be grateful. Get that gratitude and appreciation going in your life for all things, all experiences, and all knowledge that you gain from this so-called thing called life, right? So just everything is a learning experience, and you can grow and grow and grow and blossom into your true self in any garden that you find yourself planted. So shine on love and light and herbs to you.